Alright, we are hopping into part 2 of the first day for Hooked on You. We are pursuing the Huntress. So far she likes us, but we'll see what today brings. You wake up to find the Huntress holding your limp body, gingerly pouring cold water into your mouth. Oh good, you're okay. Sometimes when I try and care for people, they have a way of ending up less alive than when I started. It should be a total bummer if that happened to you. It's been so long since I had a normal, happy, healthy living person around. Usually I'm just falling into the same old routine of smashing everyone's heads open with a hatchet before I really get to know who they are as a person. But you're not nearly as scared or too busy writhing in pain to see me for me. You feel nervous in her arms, not just because they're maybe crushing you a little bit, but because she's beautiful. Yes, beautiful. But I was gonna narrate that fact, not, you know, say it out loud as a single word like some creep. Beautiful mask? Your bunny mask. It's quite gorgeous. Nice recovery. But now that you're awake and talking, you gotta keep this up. Did you make it yourself? You're the first person to ever ask me that. Yes, I did. You seem so quirky and cool. You could do anything. Own an Etsy store, be a doctor. Why is it that you kill people? Huntress sighs. You can practically see the memories flicking across her eyes. But she hasn't tried to kill you yet, so that's a good sign. It's all I was ever taught to do as a young girl, so I thought it was right. Even through the mask, you can see that Huntress is blushing a bit. It seems like your line of questioning has made her a little nervous. Hey, you didn't eat much at dinner. Want a snack? Are you the snack? How you doing? She offers you some jerky, probably human jerky, but her spice game is on point because it smells pretty damn good. When on Murderer's Island, you might as well eat as the killers do. Plus, you really are hungry. And you can chow down on jerky sensually, right? I'd love some. After a moment of quiet chewing on what you choose to believe is not human thigh meat, you decide to be bold and ask another question. Have you ever been in a relationship before? Dang, you're really going there. You do not play around, Teriana. Huntress takes a moment to think deeply before answering. I must say it's quite amusing to see this hulking bombshell get all twisted up in these personal questions. Kudos to you, Teriana. There was this one deer that looked at me quite provocatively in a clearing once, but that doesn't count, does it? You hear the faintest giggles bubble out from behind the Huntress's mask. You're so cute, Huntress. No, it doesn't count. Whoa, what's this? You found something in the sand. Huntress reaches down to pick it up. It's a hair clip, probably left by some girl who was playing on the beach long ago, who's definitely still alive and not at all dead. Huntress closes the bag of jerky with the hair clip. Seems like she's a little mixed up on exactly how this particular item works. Should you go with the flow, or show her some of your knowledge of advanced humaning? Let's show her a thing or two. You silly goose. You chuckle. Before reaching for the bag of jerky, you take the braid off and collect the lock of the Huntress's hair, clipping it back into an attractive swoop. Much better. Huntress is so happy that you taught her something new about human trinkets. She touches the clip in her hair with a shy smile. Just as things are really heating up, you hear a flurry of footsteps behind you and you quickly spin around, ready to fend off whatever new danger has popped up on this strange island. Only to find that it's Dwight and Claudette, sprinting across the beach, clipboards in hand, which they're waving in the air above their heads. It's very important that we stick to the itinerary and attend each event as scheduled. Playing sick for cute points was not part of this evening's activities. This is strictly slotted in for after campfire story time. At this rate, we'll be late. Playing sick? No time for excuses. Shut up, Dwight. Well, there is, but that's scheduled for after whatever comes after the flirting. Go, 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 go! What have we done? What have we done? Once everyone has gathered at the fire pit, Dwight and Claudette quickly make an announcement. We're not going to blame anyone in particular, but someone, and we're not going to say who, so don't worry, you, hasn't been sticking to the schedule. That means we're behind on time for evening activities. And we'll only have time for one person to share their special spooky nighttime story. Just one story, but story time is my favorite activity. This is a narrative-heavy experience. You're telling us that only one person gets to share. How will we decide who? We know who's picking. We know whose story we're gonna listen to, okay? Oh great, we have to decide as a group? That never goes well. Whoever did this, step up now. I swear I won't be angry. I'll merely chop your head clean off. No fuss, no muss. Voice trembling, you realize that this is probably it for you, but you embrace your fate. Sorry, everyone. I think they're talking about me. To be honest, I still don't understand how this whole schedule thing works. I guess I lost track of time while I was passed out? Been there before, even though it's taking some pressure off of me, which is an absolute dream come true. Is it really fair to pick on the newbie? Seriously, has anything here ever happened on schedule, even once? Damn it, Donald, if you try and flex that authority gimmick one more time, so help me, I'll snap your head off so quick that I'll drown you in his blood, Cynthia. Fuss and muss are back on. You two know I love to hack, slash, and slice. We all know you love to kill. It's almost all you talk about. Nobody named any names. Who even knows any names? Not us. I renounce my name. Who's Donald? Who's Dwight? Who even knows anymore? Call me nobody. It literally changed his tag to nobody, okay? But we still gotta get started on story time, so... Teriana, who do you think should go? Ah, damn it, that's a name. Please, pick someone quickly so this tropical vacation doesn't turn into a bloodbath. We already know we're picking Huntress. I choose you, Huntress! What is this, Pokemon? Whoa, whoa, this entire experience is being carefully crafted to avoid an IMP infringement lawsuit. Let's be careful with the catchphrases, will ya? Huntress steps up to tell her story. The campfire flickers in her faraway eyes. There's a village outside this deep and ominous redwood. No child dared step foot past the threshold of thick trees and brush that separated safety from the unknown. Grown men that ventured in would often never return, and the sounds that echoed out into the village were something inhuman. The women of the town told a story to the young children, hoping that would be enough to dissuade them from the curious exploration beyond the boundaries of the village. They told of a creature that lurks in the woods, half woman, half beast, singing like a siren, haunting, beautiful. Her voice the last relic of her humanity. It lulls all who hear into her domain, and not a precocious child nor fierce soldier can escape once you are in her clutches. Those who have seen her say she wears a mask of hair stained with the blood of so many poor souls. The hatchet she wields has been brought down brutally on the skull of many an unsuspecting hunter. The nightmare doesn't end there, for what's a hungry beast to do in the frigid winters with nothing but hunter meat to live off of? It is said that the Huntress, as the villagers called her, couldn't bring herself to kill the young girls she came across in the forest. Instead, they'd suffer an even worse fate. Longing for a child of her own, she'd bring back her scheduled cabin to keep them safe. She'd wrap a tight cord of rope around their necks and affix them to the wall. That way, they'd be warm. That way, they'd be out of harm's way. The Huntress would even bring the girls presents, toys she'd pilfered from other bodies, masks she'd fashioned out of things from the cottage, and little dolls made of grass and twigs. But these toys did nothing to quell the children's fear. Within days, the girls would waste away from starvation and dehydration. For all her good intentions, the Huntress never learned how to care for a human child. You see a tear creep down from underneath Huntress's mask. Suddenly, the most beautiful singing voice you've ever heard fills the air. She's singing, "Sleep, my darling, tiny one, tucked within your bed so tight, else the old gray wolf will come and grab you by your side." There's a brief moment of silence, and you feel the need to contribute to this stirring moment. Join in singing? Slow clap? Make a joke? We are not making a joke. She might be offended. But she does like jokes. Oh no. We've hit some kind of crisis. And if we sing, maybe she'll be offended? Let's sing. He'll snatch you up between his teeth, if on the bed's edge you sleep, and drag you to the forest deep, beneath a quaking tree. Huntress can't believe you know this song. You share an intimate glance across the campfire. So close your eyes and fall asleep. Count the little woolly sheep, tucked so tightly you must keep, or he will come for you. The song ends and you are both met with silence around the campfire. I love that song. By Ubrushka, the old Soviet lullaby, right? It is a song my mother used to sing to me before bed every night. But now I must go. The memories, they are so much. On that note, everyone decides it's time to take a break and split up for a little bit so that they can all have a moment alone before bed. Everyone leaves and you're alone by the fire. The only thing you hear is the ocean slowly lapping against the shore. Well, we know that bitch gonna have something to say. This is nice. A true moment of peace and tranquility that lasts for all of 7 seconds because the trickster shows up and he's blaring his latest song. Hey baby, you look lonely. Mind if I join you? He doesn't wait for an answer. Of course he doesn't. I know you've been hearing from these guppies all day, but I want you to hear something from a big fish like me. Something special those in charge of the island don't want you to hear. I am the ultimate catch on this island. I am the only lobster in an ocean of sardines. No one can give you what I can. You just have to find me. Come find me, baby. Trickster leaves, you're a bit confused as to what to make of his cryptic clues, but you aren't going to get any time to yourself to think about them just yet. Huntress approaches you. Of course you liked my story, who wouldn't? It had everything. Cute kids, dead men, a huntress. I find that all stories are better with the sound of a burning fire filling the air around you. All the smoke, however, I could do without. I'd rather eat barbecue than smell it. Let's rinse off all that campfire with a dip in the hot tub, shall we? Dipping in hot tubs with the Huntress? You've come a long way in a single day. I'm not saying you shouldn't follow her, an offer like that. Just don't forget our little talk. Listen here, Ocean, alright? You and your storyteller friend slip into the water. It's just the right temperature for an evening dip. Plus, if some jealous shark comes along and manages to jump from the ocean into the pool, you're also pretty sure your killer companion could handle it. Is this something I now need to worry about? Fucking sharks jumping from the ocean into my pool in my hot tubs? Before you run off, I want to make something clear. You know that half-woman, half-beast I was talking about in my story. That's me. I'm her. No way, how cool. Let's just play dumb. That's really awesome. Thanks for being vulnerable and telling such a personal story. Huntress shyly twirls her hair. Oh, we're getting somewhere. Tell the truth. What did you think of my tale? Do I have the markings of best-selling authors such as the comedic mastermind Davesky? That was a really well-told narrative. Clear beginning, middle, end, riveted from the start. Plus the woman of the forest, I mean, you are clearly not a true villain. You were just a traumatized child. Okay, now you're just being a suck-up. Huntress's eyes leer at you from behind her mask. She's had her time in the spotlight and is playing coy now. You chuckle awkwardly at Huntress's statement of the obvious. Why are you laughing? I can't help but giggle when I'm both about to die and also maybe falling in love. You can't believe how awkward this intimidating woman seems right now. It's actually pretty endearing. You notice the temperature has dropped significantly, despite your steamy company. It's a little chilly and your bare shoulders might be freezing. Let's head back to the fire and put me to bed, eh? We hate to intrude on whatever smooth moves are about to unveil themselves, but it's time for bed. That's where we were going, Dwight. Alright? Usually nighttime is when I do my best hunting. But after a day like today, even I'm pretty tuckered out. Will I see you tomorrow, Teriana? Only if I don't see you first. You make a cute little bow hunting motion. Huntress catches the imaginary arrow you shoot in her teeth, and then bites down hard, snapping it in half. At least you think that's what she's doing. It's kind of hard to tell. Good night, my little snack. I'm sure that wasn't a reference to actually eating you. But what if it was? You head over to the campfire. The heat is comforting in this chilly night. Looking into all the crackling embers, you think about the Huntress's story of the half-human beast that abducted all those innocent children in an attempt to save them and led them to their doom. Are you a mistaken prisoner here on this island? Is this your salvation? Or will it be your demise? Before you can dwell too much on your fate, Claudette and Dwight arrive. Their now familiar creepy smile stretching from ear to ear. It's a bit menacing to see a smile lit like that by firelight. We must apologize for the accommodations. We weren't prepared for another guest, but we're going to make you comfortable or die trying. They hand a pillow and blanket and welcome you to snuggle up by the fire. Perhaps some music will put you at ease? Just try to keep the volume to a minimum. The other guests aren't the types you'll want to rob of their beauty sleep. Away we go. As you relax and look into the fire, the radio begins to fuzz and flicker. You examine it and decide you might adjust the dial to fix it. What am I supposed to be on? What does it want me to click on, though? Let's see what's on this station. We'll listen more. I want to stay on this station. Let's see what's on this station. There's nothing here. We'll turn it off. No matter how many things you listen to, you still can't sleep. You decide to ask one of the killers to spend a little more time with you until you're sleepier. Would you like to summon to your side as you lay by the fire? Like we have to ask. Huntress, are you around? I was wondering if I could get a little company. Huntress appears in an instant. You really didn't hear her coming. She's more than happy to tell you her secret for falling asleep when she's feeling restless. What is that? Was there a meatball in this tea, please? If Soviet lullaby doesn't work, this special mushroom tea has always done the trick. When I'm not coating the blade of my hatchet in it, to ease the passing of my victims, I'm steeping in it. Piping hot mug of water. Try it. I'm so concerned. You do. You finally start to feel sleepy, except maybe this isn't really a sleepy feeling? Maybe you're paralyzed. You try to keep your eyes open, but can't. Darkness overtakes you. The dark voice from earlier speaks to you again. It shouldn't still be as spooky. By now you've had a whole day of strange voices in your head, but this one is undeniably odd. Really worked up a sweat watching those killers toss a ball around, huh? Would it have hurt so much to go splash around in some cool ocean waves afterwards? I'm just saying, I'm out here, you know? You awake suddenly to see someone looming over you. Wait, is the ocean jealous? Trapper is sitting beside you, sketching a portrait. Are you drawing me like one of your French girls? Oh, you're awake. I saw you with the Huntress right before bedtime. You should know, they're not what they seem. Not like me, who's obviously completely honest and trustworthy. Get the fuck out of here, Trapper. I was out checking to make sure you weren't sleeping near one of my... Actually, never mind. Just be careful where you sit. But since I'm here, I'd like to share 2 things with you. 1, I do not take rejection well. 2, the very first thing is very important to remember. Were you drawing me? Trapper doesn't answer. You aren't drawing stink lines radiating out from me, are you? Still nothing from the Trapper. Look, I'm not an easy guy to get along with, but I am an easy guy to spend time with. It will make sense if you choose to spend time with me tomorrow. The rest of the scum live like rats. They wouldn't know a good time if I bit them on the ass. Point is, if you select me, you're in for a day of luxury, extravagance, and fun. Yes, I said fun. And if I don't pick you, remember what I said earlier, or it might be the last thing you ever forget. But hey, you look tired. Get some rest. Sleep. Maybe even sleep well if you can. Just try not to roll over to about 15 feet to your left. Finally alone for real this time. Maybe? You drift off to sleep again. Hopefully you're not poisoned. Oh man, what have we done? Wait a second. Where are we? This... Oh jeez, it is. It's one of those reality show confessional rooms where all the contestants talk directly to the camera. I think today went really well. These were some of my first interactions with someone who isn't a parent and didn't end in bloodshed or untimely perishing in my Russian cottage. So I'm counting today as a win, no matter what happens. What do I think of the newcomer? Do I have to say? Oh, I do. Attractive. Mysterious. I really don't know that many other words since I was raised by my mom in the woods until she was skewered by an elk and I had to wash her entrails off my seraphim. This is the elk story we were looking for. That being said, the other 3 should make sure to be on their guard. I don't know who this newcomer will want to spend time with tomorrow, but I, for one, will not let my guard down easily. Who knows about the others? Wraith, I think, knows more than he's letting on about this place, but he's a hard nut to crack. Meanwhile, Spirit is just screaming all the time, major buzzkill. And Trapper? Where do I begin with Trapper? He's buff, sure. But daddy issues much? Sheesh. Look, I don't need anyone. I've been perfectly fine on my own since my mother died. I eat a fine diet of raw deer, bear, and human, and I'm fit as a fiddle. That being said, something about this newcomer makes me think that I might be missing out on some huge part of this thing called life. You are missing out. How you doing, boo? This is weird. I don't care enough to kill this person, but if anyone else wants to, I don't care enough to stop them. Might just have to kill Dwight to fill anything. It's Dwight, nobody's gonna miss him. Yeah, today was fun. I don't want to get ahead of myself or really invest in something that might hurt me, so I don't know. Maybe we'll just see how it goes, or maybe they'll realize I'm not the one for them. They seem pretty smart, so that's probably what'll happen. I gotta learn to go easier on myself. Who could love me if I can't love myself? I know that everyone thinks of me as beautiful, cold-blooded monster. I can't help it. Circulation just isn't my thing. I don't choose to be cold. This cute hat and robe, oh, those are a choice, sure. If someone were to come around and capture my heart, at least that beats being stabbed in it. Besides, if I'm gonna get bloody revenge on a society that has used me and thrown me away, maybe it wouldn't hurt to have a little help. We got you, Spirit. We got you.